The trawl industry posted these pictures of them online recently about them catching these massive amounts of rockfish. It looks like they're bragging about how many rockfish they're catching, and you should really ask the question, how is this even allowed? You see, the regulators put extreme restrictions on private anglers and on guide boats. We can only catch 1 or 2 rockfish depending on the type of rockfish that you fish for. If you catch any more than that, you'll be fined. And if they think it's egregious enough, you could actually go to jail over it. And that's what the law says. But the trawl industry gets to do this. And the nets that they're catching these with are about 300 feet long. They'll pull in over 250,000 pounds of fish on each set for their nets. It's crazy. Usually the trawl industry is targeting pollock fish and they catch rockfish as a bycatch. Then the fish get killed and thrown away and they just get thrown back in the ocean. It's a total waste. It looks like here that they're bragging about actually targeting rockfish. And when you see pictures like this, you start to realize why there's been such a drastic decline in the population of rockfish recently. The other thing to realize is the trawl industry takes 80% of all the fish caught around Alaskan waters. 80% goes to the trawl industry. The 20% that's left has to be split up among all the Alaska commercial fishermen, all the longliners, all the seiners, all the gill netters, all the set netters, and all the private anglers, all the subsistence fisheries, and all the guide boats. We all get the 20% that's left, and the trawl industry gets to take 80% of all the fish caught around Alaskan waters. 80% of all the poundage goes to the trawl industry. You should ask yourself this question, why is this even allowed? And the answer is 2 words, industry consolidation. The trawl industry has effectively consolidated their sector of the industry. And what that means is trawl industry is not a mom and pop operation. Like local commercial fishermen, they're all mom and pop operations. I grew up commercial fishing with my grandpa. It was a mom and pop operation. It's usually run by a family. Lots of times the kids are working on the boats. The trawl industry, they have massive billion-dollar companies fishing with boats the size of oil tankers. And what that does is it consolidates 80% of all the fish caught around the Alaskan waters into just a couple extremely large companies. And what that does for them is it concentrates the profits in their part of the industry. Because they have so much revenue and subsequent profit, they can afford to pay for the regulators. They can afford to pay for the research. And so you should ask yourself, the next question is, why does the trawl industry continue to push the narrative that all of the fishery biologist research supports their industry and supports what they are doing? That's an important question. And the answer is, it's because they pay for the research. They've effectively consolidated their industry enough where they can drive up the profits, they have extra profits, and they can pay for the research. In the last 5 years, the trawl industry has given $17 million to the University of Alaska Marine Biology Program. That's interesting. Another thing the trawl industry does is they sponsor the graduate students in the fishery biologist program up to $50,000 per academic year. You start to think, well, if a fishery biologist comes out of a program that's paid for by the trawl industry and all their tuition was paid for by the trawl industry, do you really think they're going to produce research that is against the trawl industry? Absolutely not. And it doesn't stop there. The trawl industry actually pays for the specific research, and they invite the fishery biologists onto their boats to perform the research on their boats. Now it starts to make sense why none of the fishery biologist research goes against the trawl industry. It all supports the trawl industry. Really, the only conclusion that you can make is the fishery biologist research as it pertains to the trawl industry cannot be trusted. Full disclosure, I'm a Republican, but this is not a Democrat issue and this is not a Republican issue. This is an Alaskan issue. And I really encourage all Alaskans, do not support any candidate who is not actively working towards a ban on the trawl industry. Because we all need that, whether you're Democrat or Republican, we need to push forward banning the trawl industry because it has been so destructive to Alaska, it's been destructive to our fisheries, and it's destructive to the marine environment around Alaska.